What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a review of this Titan 6-inch bench grinder. This is a brand that's sold here in Canada at our equivalent of Harbor Freight. It's called Princess Auto. The Unique World of Princess Auto. It's a pretty great store, actually, just like Harbor Freight in a sense. But anyways, this grinder, it went out 2 months ago. It was like $80. There were 3 reviews for it that I saw on the website. They were kind of hit and miss. Like, one was good. I think 2 were bad, right? And then I was there just the other day picking up a couple of small things that were on sale, and they had dropped the price on this to $50. Now, the awesome thing about Princess Auto is kind of like Harbor Freight in the sense that you can return things that either you don't like or don't work as long as you have the receipt. I've returned creepers that have broken under my fat butt. I've returned I've returned 2 creepers. I've broken 2 creepers, and I'm not even big. But anyways, that's another story. So my thinking was, you know what? For $50, I've wanted a bench grinder. I didn't want anything bigger than 6-inch because I've got limited space in my garage. So I thought for $50, I'll buy it, try and mount it, or at least see how it runs before I mount it for good, and then go from there. So this video is probably going to be a few different phases. Today I'm just going to unbox it, see where I can maybe mount it up. I'll plug it in, make sure it actually works, and we'll go from there. So some of the specs of this grinder. It says it's got a 1.5 amp motor, quarter horsepower, 3,560 RPM. It's got spark deflectors on both wheels. I believe one wheel is a coarse stone and the other is like a medium stone. The tool rests are supposed to be adjustable, but we will find out once we get this thing out of the box. So let's get at it. All right. There's the instruction manual. There are the guards. Oh man, it's like plexiglass. I don't know how well those are going to hold up. Alright, let's get that foam off. Make sure I don't wreck it in case I do need to bring this thing back. Looks like it's mounting hardware of some sort. Oh geez. So at first glance, this looks like it's a reconditioned unit almost. It's like orange underneath, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera there, but it's like the base is all like pitted and stuff. It does have rubber feet, which I'm hoping will help absorb any vibration that it has, but I will say, not impressed already. It's kind of weird. They weren't sold as refurbished units, although I do know this is probably made out of high quality Chinesium. So anyways, I'm going to take a look at the instructions, see what it says. I don't really read instructions often, but what the heck, why not with this? And I'll get it plugged in and fired up. Alright, so I got this thing all assembled, and as you can imagine, for $50, everything on it is pretty chintzy. So it's got these adjustable tool rests here, which I don't know if you can tell from the video. One of them has like an indent I don't know, that almost looks like it was machined. It's quite perfect. And the other one's flat. I don't know. The instructions were pretty vague, but I know that's where they go. They've got these thumb wheels to tighten and loosen them. Then up here, there is a spark deflector on each wheel, and behind it goes this piece to hold these eye shields, as they call them. Now, funny enough, my only experience ever using a bench grinder is at my a friend's shop. He's got a nice industrial one mounted to the wall. It is a mechanic shop, so he's got a good one there. But it's an old one, and I don't ever use any guards. I think it does have tool rest, but I haven't used it much. I'll be honest, I'm more freehand with this. And to be honest, I don't even know if I would have these on for the long term. Might just move them out of the way for now. So I did plug it in and just run it. It does not come with mounting hardware, so that is something to note. It does say in the instructions mounting hardware is not included. It came with all these extra washers and stuff for all of these accessories. To be honest, I kind of put them on just for the video. I might take them off. I don't really find this kind of stuff useful, at least not for how much I use it. You might even notice here, this wheel is slightly dirty, and that's not how it came. When I was not videoing, I plugged it in, and I just grabbed an old rusty bolt that I didn't really care about, just to see how it would work, how the wheel would work, if there would be a lot of vibration, you know, with it not being mounted and whatnot. And it was fine. It was fine. So I'm going to grab another bolt like that, and I am going to run it through and just show you that this is not too bad for 50 bucks. The main reason I bought this, I usually like to use a wire wheel on here. So this does use a 1/2-inch arbor, and what did the instructor, well, obviously it's a 6-inch bench grinder, so a 6-inch wheel. I did notice that one of the reviews I saw online for this said that you cannot fit a wire wheel in here, even one that's supposed to be the correct size. I'll be the judge of that. I'm going to buy a wire wheel and I'll throw it in and make an update. But I mean, worst comes to worst, at least in my opinion, unless you're super safety, you could always, I imagine, maybe take this off, this side piece, or even modify it somehow to put a wire wheel on one side. But that's the main reason why I got it. I do like having a bench mounted wire wheel. You know, if you've seen some of my other videos, this is just a home shop. I am just a DIY guy at home. This is not, or I am not a mechanic. These tools aren't making me money. Obviously, I'd go out and buy a good one. And actually, before I plug it in, just so you can see, it is 3-prong. The cord is quite long. I haven't decided where I'm going to mount this thing yet, but like I said, let me plug it in and show you guys the operation. So here we go. It takes a little bit of time to get up to speed, but not a big deal. No hurry here. All right. So you might hear, my bench is, this is a metal bench, and you might hear a little bit of vibration, but it's not like it's wobbling or out of control. So I'm gonna grab this bolt, and again, yeah, I know I don't have any glasses on, I don't have any gloves on, but let's throw this little cheap guard over there. I'm just gonna grind the head of this bolt just so you can see this thing work. Right, it's not so that it's working so hard that it's stalling out the grinder. I mean, again, it really is going to depend on your intended purpose with this tool. For what I am planning to do with it, for $50, I am actually, I'll turn it off so that you guys don't hear this vibrating table anymore. Obviously, it takes a bit of time for the wheels to slow down. All right, there's the head of this bolt. All right, I didn't really have anything else here that I needed to grind or wanted to ruin to test it out. So that's just an old bolt, super rusty. So it's still slowing down. It's taking quite a while, actually. At least in my opinion, but hey, maybe that's normal. As I said, I only have experience with a commercial one at my friend's shop. So all in all, I'm even thinking that this does not have to be permanently mounted. Like, if I'm being honest, I looked at reviews for some other bench grinders that were also on Amazon. I'm in Canada, for those of you that don't know, right? I might have already mentioned that this was bought from Princess Auto, which is like a Canadian Harbor Freight. But I was looking at some reviews for some of these grinding bench grinders on Amazon. Also, this is adjustable, right? You can move this back and forth. This spark deflector, I mean, it only has so much room before it'll hit the wheel. But anyways, as I said, I don't really intend to use those much. But yeah, I looked at some reviews on Amazon, and you know, a lot of the grinders on there, they were actually quite expensive. I think maybe a couple of years ago they were cheaper, but there were a couple of, you know, Chinese brands that the reviews were really good, but they were within like $40-50 of like a DeWalt bench grinder. And that was actually my plan, was to buy something more with a more trusted name like DeWalt. And then, as I said, when I saw this for $50 and knowing the policy that Princess Auto has, like Harbor Freight, in terms of, you know, exchanging something that doesn't work, they're pretty great about it. I thought, you know what the heck? This isn't going to see daily use. It's not going to see wear and tear like something like this would maybe in a professional shop. And I mean, I've only had this thing out of the box for a half an hour, and I've grinded the head of 2 old bolts, one off camera, one on camera. But I do think, or at least I hope, that this will do what it needs to for me. One of the things I read in some of these reviews, people made these things sound like they'd vibrate off the bloody table. They vibrate so much, right? So I was thinking, with this being cheaper, or a cheaper tool, that it would vibrate so much that you know, I wouldn't even be able to work with it. But obviously the preference would be to solid mount it, which I still might do. In fact, I've got an idea that what I might do is just drill 2 holes for it on my bench, just off to the side over here. Excuse the mess. So that they could maybe potentially line up with these 2 slots. And I can maybe keep this thing out of the way, and then when I do need to use it, it's very light. I mean, I don't think this thing weighs more than, geez, 10, 15 pounds. But what I could do is maybe put 2 holes in the bench and kind of, whenever I want to use it, secure it with, actually, you know what, that wouldn't work. Not enough room here to get it in. That's what she said. But anyways, for my needs, I think this will do the trick. $50, you can't go wrong. I will eventually get around to buying a wire wheel for this, maybe tomorrow. It's the day before Christmas Eve here. We got a nice storm outside, and maybe tomorrow morning I'll head over to the Home Depot, see if they got any wire wheels that I can throw in this guy. But yeah, for what I'm doing, I think it'll do the job. I know that this tool is on sale until, I think, the end of the year. So it's December 22nd today. So any of you Canadian guys, if you end up seeing these at your local Princess Auto, there were still quite a few left at mine. Might be suitable for your uses, just like it is going to be for mine. Or at least I hope. Anyways, hopefully this review was helpful. And if you thought so, give the video a like. Maybe even subscribe to the channel. I think I've said before in another video, my plan is to put out some more videos that show, you know, some tools, what I'm doing in this shop of mine that I actually just finished building not too long ago. That beautiful fireplace going, keeping me nice and warm in here while it's snowing. Anyways, give the video a like, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Hope this helps. Take care.